Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, showtime. Hi guys, I'm back. And we're back with Carax's script Bane. And this is where I left us. Waiting. Heading into the Molten Alliance weapon facility. This one's going to be a little bit painful. Anyone else in there? A squad of vigil operatives. Oh, and a young male Norn and a female Char, but they aren't affiliated with my team. They're determined to get in, though. So, Rox and Bram made it. Good. Allies of yours? Well, if you trust their abilities, then so does the vigil. Good luck in there. Thanks, War Master Uma Thresh Growl. Wow. Thresh Growl. That's a mouthful. I step away and then step back. There we go. The Molten Furnace. This is was turned into one of the fractals as well. I can't remember which because I don't really fractalize. If memory serves, there is also an achieve for this, which I missed one of the things you're supposed to find. Living World Season. Side stories? No. Well, and then, General? Nope, not Living World Season 1. Let's see. Was it in Side Stories? Return to Champions, return to... Pardon me for a second as I attempt to get my shit together. Note, that will only take forever. Where the hell? It's not there. Obviously not there. Heart of Thorns? No. Gotta be inside stories then. This one is called Molten Furnace. We'll do a search for that. Molten. Master of Molten or Molten. Invader Menace? Defeat a Molten Alliance champion during a portal invasion. No, that's not it. Gates of Maguma, Nightmare. Tower of Nightmares. Should be in here. Somewhere. Nightmares over. Escape from Lion's Arch. Battle for Lion's Arch. Entanglement. I can't find it. I'm hopeless, guys. I am hopeless. Was it in... Let's see. Side stories. I'm not giving up just yet. Let's see. Let's reset that all. Seasons of the Dragons. I don't... Was the Living World Season 1 stuff included? It wasn't. Okay. Yeah, alright, well then, fine. We'll see it once we're in, I'm assuming.
I don't like the look of this. One well-placed charge could bring it all down on our heads. We could be...
I have logged in.
Got no choice. Those Dredge are keeping prisoners. Some are friends of mine.
Okay. I just hope that the Dredge and Flame Legion built this place for the long run.
One more day and your week is done. You can make this. I have faith in you. Okay, I'm also going to be stopping to grab the mithril. Engelbert Meow. I've heard of you. How's the back? Well, tonight will be the first actual test I expect, as these fights are not especially fun solo, if memory serves. As someone who has suffered back problems since July of '84, off and on, believe me, I sympathize. Well, I'm just working this character all the way through. I made my first piece of legendary armor last night. I'm close to the second piece. I just need like 400 of the Emnitas currency and one more of the Neos Mastery goodies that you can get from lighting the lamps. That'll be 2 pieces. It was nice finally getting the first piece of legendary armor. I know it's going to be a long haul to get the other 17.
It's time. I'm gonna go check out that drill over there.
For those of
see
you
if
who
I can
don't
get it
know,
started.
EBM,
The caverns
Engelbert
must be
Meow,
beyond this wall.
excellent streamer,
Why don't we just kabam our
excellent
You get points
cosplayer,
for enthusiasm,
excellent
but
opera
that'll
singer.
be
No,
forever.
I'm not making that up.
I know about these machines.
And general
Let
cool
me
person.
work some minor magic.
Let's see if I can manage
Follow
to
me.
successfully pretend for a moment that I am a competent streamer. No, evidently not. Yes, I did it. I am pretending. Oh, look at the bad people. Oh, on the other hand, they're just beating up Bram, so maybe they're not so bad after all. And let me emphasize, she's not pretty good. She's actually awesome. So do that. She mostly streams Guild Wars 2, but also does some cozy stuff. Why is that guy running away so far?
Stuffed out.
She tends to start streaming about 9, 10, well, between 8 and 10 p.m. Pacific time. So, if you're looking
Got
for
it.
a streamer
Okay,
streaming
don't
cool
follow too
Guild Wars,
close.
Guild
Spit
Wars,
hot
congratulations! I've invented a
Here we
new
go.
game. This is what ArenaNet is working on. You heard it here first. It's Guild Wars. It's about how all of humanity got turned into ghouls and started feeding upon one another. Guild Wars. Pre-order it now. I'm following the drill. You know the drill, soldiers. Maybe I shouldn't follow it quite that closely, as it was setting me on fire. Everyone who beats up Bram is a good fella in my book. They could certainly do worse.
Look at that view.
I said, look at that something. Sound like I said, look at that beard, which would be a very strange thing for a char to say.
Ugh. Is that thing normal?
I hate it when oozes go into evade mode. That's all I'm saying. I hate it. It's really annoying. We get them all? No. There's still one somewhere. I wonder. I can't blind the dredge because they're blind, naked, mole rat communists. But I can blind oozes. Does that strike anyone else as being a little bit peculiar? Odd? Oh. I think I did not finish. I only had 2. Were there really only 2 whacks on that? That was weird. Let me check. Double check. No, we still got 77. I only had 2 mithril out of that. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Oh, it's cave bats! Na 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 na. Cave bats. You can tell I'm old because I went with that. these special mithril ore buckets in that they only have, like, 2? 1, 2. That one only had 1. That is bizarro. No, nothing else. Can't remember. We maybe have part of this have us running around up above as well. I've done this only once, I think.
Local wildlife, heads up.
Wow. The two of you have been beating up on that thing for half an hour, and you really made a lot of progress in that it was like 10% dead. I'm sorry, Rock suffers by her close association with Bram. Again, just 1. These are the worst mithril nodes ever. See, we've got a place I'm pretty sure that we end up, like, wandering around up above this area. But I have managed another thingy. Dodged 3 enemy attacks using dodge roll. I don't remember actually dodging any, but okay. More oozes. Mithril. 1. Cheesiest mithril nodes ever. And I was buying mithril ingots, like, by the buckets yesterday. Because, sadly, somebody needed to get more research notes. The jankiest, stupidest, least player-friendly mechanic in the game, ArenaNet, our research
Stay alert.
notes.
These underground creatures can be clever.
I mean, it took me 40 minutes or something to get the 3,400 notes that I needed to make my next piece of legendary open world armor. Because that was 340 crafts? No, sorry, times 3. Over 1,000 crafts. First of all, crafting earring hooks, and then crafting the other part, and then crafting the earring and auto turning them into research notes. Basically, each earring is good for, on average, 5.1 research notes and costs like 1 silver and 8 copper per note. Why not just charge us a copper per note? Let us just buy the damn thing so you can get it done like that instead of it taking 45 minutes. That's not fun. It's simple.
Watch out! We've hit a pocket of
Tedium.
not enough energy.
Sadly, they're immune to my fire.
Regression.
Why are all the mobs immune to some of my stuff? I don't think this is the instance I thought it was. I don't think this is the instance that I thought it was. So this one shouldn't be as bad as I remembered. That doesn't mean it's going to be good. Ow, ow. We come back here. In the middle of dinner time. Thank you so much for the shot. You're welcome. You always make sure I get one. I feel it's incumbent upon me to not be a jerk. Is everything okay? Have you taken a look at the world around us? The world is a madhouse. Probably not your fault, though. Probably. Regardless of whether or not you're deranged. Because you're not deranged. You're not deranged. I actually think I said demented the first time. So, it looks like I should be able to jump across, but I'm not making that jump so far. Ha-ha! Sometimes you just gotta find the right tech. So we'll wait again, and we'll try it again. Sometimes you've just gotta have a little tech. Those incredible damage numbers! It's possible that I'm hitting 6 mobs at the same time, so the numbers look good. There's a lot of spooters up here. I have no idea if I'm supposed to be up here. I kind of cheated to get up here. Sort of. We have an Orichalcomore. One note again. Come on. These are the most unimpressive. No. Nodes in the history of the game. One. I'm getting one. It's so disappointing. Welcome back. And I fell. Fine. Nothing over here but dripping water. Okay, what do you got?
Come on, Frostbite, let's go.
Hurry!
Really?
Reinforcements requested.
Am I going to get hit again? Of course I am.
Move.
No, not even the fractal. This is the story. I'm going to die. What a deeply idiotic piece of design. I'm not sure, but my opinion, having gone through this before, was that a fair amount of living world content in the first couple of seasons was designed for multiple players and can be extremely punitive. I went the wrong way. It can be extremely punitive if you're an idiot like me going the wrong way, but also for solo players. Of course I went the wrong way. Of course I did.
Lock and load.
Hit by a gift chest for some reason yesterday and died. There are the gifts from Scarlet, which will kill you. you res from them because you're only downed. Bram, you just gonna stay back there? Okay, that's fine by me actually, because you're Bram and.
Look at that view.
Uh-oh. The wolf in me is growling.
Yeah,
Mine too.
okay, this is the instance I thought. Yeah, this fight's a pain in the ass, and then the one after this is an even bigger pain in the ass.
Testing weapons here. And they're captured prisoners.
Is that...
I have done this fractal once, I think. Maybe with the lovely and talented Engelbert Meow.
Back off! I'm working! Wait, intruders! Intruders! Finally!
Doing some world event, and it gave a chest that explodes with giggles. Yes, that is the Scarlet Briar reward chest. And that is exactly what it does. I actually commented the other night when I intentionally opened it and it downed me and I rezzed myself, I wonder how this goes over with new players. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're not that keen on it. But I actually asked about that, wondered about that specific thing. And now I know. Alright, the gate's closed behind us.
New testament have arrived. Very timely.
Lead scientist. Might go with mad scientist.
You pay for this.
It teems with outrage, the vermin. As if that would save it. As if. Begin test now!
This is one of those things where they don't really tell you what you're supposed to be doing.
Stuffy in here. How about some fresh air?
Alright, we gotta avoid the flame tornadoes. Oop, okay. So far, I am all for all on dodging the flame tornadoes. Whoop. Well, I got a block on that one. Not on that one. I evaded that one. And evaded that one. Don't think yeah, no evades left for that one. See, am I supposed to be doing something? No.
We've got
The
some
thermal
machines
core.
behind those doors. Give it all you got.
Am I supposed to be killing the mobs or the core? Don't really know. They don't really tell you.
Stand your ground.
It's one of the things I've always found annoying about the game is the number of times you're in some sort of instanced space, especially like in the storyline, and they don't really tell you what it is they expect you to be doing.
You lose.
I mean, I don't need a picture drawn for me. Okay, sometimes I need a picture drawn for me. Preferably a nice, pretty picture. With maybe some flowers.
Feel my wrath.
Feel my wrath. No, no, not there. That's not my wrath. No, that's not my wrath. Okay, there. That's my wrath. Thank you. Feel my wrath. Yeah, you see? And they're just respawning. So my assumption is, fuck it. We just blow up the turret.
It's overheating! Out of my way! Out of my way! Oh, that's supposed to happen. That's right.
Okay, that was not in one of the fiery spots. So I beg to differ about that. And now I can't even see the life total that was previously available for that thing. So sometimes the game is just frustrating for no reason, because it doesn't give you useful information. Survive the weapons testing barrage and put an end to the experiment. All right, that's not helpful. Survive. Oh, okay. Am I currently surviving? Don't know. I was doing damage to the core, but now there doesn't appear to be any life thingy associated with the... Oh, the thermal core. Okay, there it is. I can't click on it. I had to tab target it. So I think that's what I'm supposed to be destroying, but I don't know. Now I'm doing 0 to it, so evidently not. When you keep killing, it'll just be fine. Yeah, not if it never ends.
It burns. Feel my wrath.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything to the thermal core right now.
That had to hurt.
It looks like it's got a shield of some kind. Now it doesn't. All right, now we're doing damage again. Why wasn't I doing it? I think it had a buff, but I'm not sure because it's so hard to target it because you have to tab target it. You can't click on it or anything.
Excuse me. Go.
And now I can't even tab target it. Why? I have no idea. But I can't.
Stand your ground.
Oh, that's horseshit. I was in midair. How did the shock wave hit me when I was in midair? That's what I'm supposed to do to avoid it. See, that one was fine. That one hit me in midair again. This is the kind of stuff that drives me crazy about this game. When I say I have a love-hate-love relationship with the game, that I mostly love it, but there are parts of it I just hate.
Survivors, I can wait until then.
This is exactly what I mean. My biggest complaint about the game is so much of the instanced gameplay is frustrating. Most of it is fine. Some of it's great. But they have at least one dev on their team who absolutely hates the player base. They make abusive content. Like this. Am I supposed to be killing the individual mobs? Still don't know. They drop AoEs around the thing I'm supposed to be hitting that's now taking no damage again. It has now the buff. And, you know, I hate to be constantly chain complaining, but that's what this kind of content does to me. It turns me into an angry fucking gamer. Because it's so bad. As single-player content, this is just the absolute fucking worst.
Oh, that had to hurt.
There is no part of this fight that has been fun. None.
My results. I want results. Fire everything.
Okay, coming down. I jump. Okay, I cleared that one. Oh, and now we've got the tornadoes too. You know, this just feels like it's content that's designed for a group because it is so incredibly punitive to the individual player. I have no idea if that's the case or not. No idea. mean, does this look like fun? Because it's not. You know, for multiple player content, this kind of stuff, all of these mechanics and everything are probably fine. But I'm not having any fun with this at all. I hate this kind of stuff. Because I feel like it makes me into a bad player when I have no idea if it's supposed to be this difficult, if I'm missing obvious stuff. Don't know. It just drives me crazy. Party boss and party mechanics, certainly it's intended that way because of the fractal, but have they simplified this enough for the single player? And for me, my answer obviously is no. But I don't know. Maybe I'm misplaying it badly. I mean, I do have range, but my range is not, attacks are not very strong.
That was a lot of weaponry.
Strong.
Sure packed for invasion. Probably going after the...
And certainly, you're, Shirke, you're right that if you're not ranged, it's clearly BS. There are...
Well,
Oh
there's
my
the
God!
exit.
The
Let's go.
I think it's the if I'm remembering correctly, the last encounter of Living World Season 2 is an enormous extended middle finger to anyone who doesn't have decent ranged attacks. And that was just terrible. This thing I just was doing, I can't tell you how much I hate that kind of content. It's not challenging. It's just punitive. At least that's the way it feels to the old man.
I feel strong.
And the big fight that comes up with the two mobs, that thing, is, if memory serves, is even worse. To my mind, story content generally should be a walk in the fucking park. Offer more difficult versions of it. I'm a huge believer in that. Offer, you know, difficult versions.
Stand your ground.
And offer bigger rewards for people who want the challenge. But storyline stuff should never be difficult. Challenging at most for any sort of, you know, intermediate tier gamer. And offer complicated, more difficult versions that give higher rewards. But, you know, imagine you're loving this game and you're not very good. And for a long time I wasn't, which is why I had to death march stuff sometimes. He said I was pretty bad. Starting to enjoy Reaper. He clearly lacks mobility after Guardian leaps. Thief Bow, yeah, definitely. Where Reaper shines is, you know, once you've got enough points, you pop in, you pull, you know, you aggro a bunch of mobs, you pop into Shroud, and you hit your 4 key, and you spin around, but you don't get dizzy and fall over, but they fall over. That's just such a fun skill to be able to drop on somebody's head.
Yeah. Let's go.
Aw, yeah. I think this is the instance that also has the two bosses at the end. Again, I've only gone through this once before. So.
That'll do. For now.
Veteran Molten Effigy. Well, let's see if we can't yoink the little guy. He is not out of range. Don't lie to me. Oh, we get them both. We get everybody.
You stand your ground.
Alright, Molten Effigy down. Friend of mine was going through content the other day. He was going through the instance where you play a member of the Steel Warband. It ends up in fighting the big metallic robot dude. And he was in there solo. And it's, you know, designed as a meta event. And it's soloable. And the last part of it was no real problem for him. But the intermediate parts were. Because there's supposed to be a whole lot of people doing stuff and he's the only guy. You know, it's nice that they scaled the final boss correctly so that it's doable by one. But kind of the rest of the instance he was just being frustrated by. And I'll just repeat that to my mind, content like that, storyline content, needs to be easier. It needs to be basically pretty much just flat out easy. With difficulty modes, the way they've added in difficulty modes these days for other content. I think that is, for instance, I think that is a great idea and a big win for everyone. Adding in legendary challenge modes to the challenge modes, I think is great. I love that. I'm never going to play the challenge modes of Strikes.
You have to get
I'm certainly
them
never
out.
going to play the legendary
wouldn't
challenge
wish
modes of
mine
Strikes,
were
so
my
that's
worst
not content that's in there for me, but I
Me
think it's
either.
a huge
Let's
win for
go.
the community. But story stuff? Yeah, I'm gonna die on that hill. Story stuff should be easy. People should never be locked away from the content. Except because they're not good enough.
Kill shot. Kill them all.
For instance, I would also love to get a story difficulty mode for the dungeons. Because I've only done like one of the dungeons. Because I can't stand random pugs. And my group didn't do them when we were all playing. Hi there.
Tribune Brimstone sent me to get you out. Report. What have you seen?
Flame Legion. And lots of
I'm not clicking on
in
fucking
full-on
Bram.
warfare.
Stop having me talk to
Got
him.
Bridge working with them. It's crazy.
Okay, let's get out of here. One of us has to make it back to warn the Citadel.
Why is it not letting me talk to... Why is it forcing me to talk to Bram? In the entire game, the character I want to speak to the least. I did actually warn everyone last night that when I left this content, left us outside of this content, I should say that, yeah, you were probably going to hear a lot of swearing from me, and I was right. As it's the kind of content in the game that I think is actively bad. You know, most storyline stuff, pretty straightforward. But every once in a while, they throw something in that is, it just feels like you're trying to piss off the player base. Never was it anything worse, pardon me, got an itch. Oh yeah, that's better. Than the last fight against Codicus in Living World Season 3. Now, when I went through that the second time a few months back, I died once. First time I did it, when I wasn't a good player, my guess was that I died 120 to 140 times. Might have been more. because I had a death margin.
Yeah.
Because I was just constantly dying.
Kill them all. Stand
Gee, thanks for multiple knockbacks. That's fun. I think that's something they have done less of over the years, is in the story content, putting in less CC, which is a good thing, make no mistake. Because getting chained, stunned, or knocked down, you use your one stun break and then immediately get hit again, that kind of stuff. It's not fun. Never fun.
whiskey. What good are you?
What? No meat, no whiskey, what good are you? Would you like us to put you back in chains? Because we can do that. If that's really what you want. Is this going to be another one mithril ore? It is. Oh, where did this last guy come from? There goes your promotion. Yeah, I would have to agree. Oh, another one. Immune to blind. It's not fair. Still very educational. If I was playing this section alone, perhaps I'd get frustrated and quit. Yeah, I was tempted. I previously... Oh, hold on. I had another fight that made me rage quit previous to the Codicus one in that same season. And I was like 6 months I didn't play. Maybe longer. And I came back and I got through that finally. And I got to Codicus and I probably died 40 or 60 times. And I was going to rage quit. And I said, nope. If I quit this fight, I'm going to have to come back someday and redo it, or I'm just going to have to give up on Living World Season 3. So I stuck with it, and I died, and died, and died, and died, and died. And all of my armor was damaged, and so I was nude. That's a system they finally removed from the game because it was so goddamn pointless. It took them years longer than it should have. But yeah, that was my reaction to the previous time, and almost my reaction to the Codicus fight was exactly that. Fuck this. This isn't fun, it's just frustration. Now, it wasn't just me, because at the time, I was doing it significantly after it had launched. You know, and I do a search on the Codicus fight, and there are some people in there talking about how it's just impossible for them. They're just chain dying. And a bunch of people are, who, as will always happen, come in and just say, you're just bad. Well, you know, if a player is bad, that doesn't mean that he shouldn't have access to the storyline stuff. That is what he paid for. Now, I was bad. Let me be clear. I was bad. I'm still not great. But I was bad. But the thing is, if your content is so frustrating that it makes your players want to quit, it is bad content. You know, unless you're willing to suffer a 1% haircut in your customer base for the 1% that are worst. But this wasn't 1%. Now, in a group, probably was easy. Yes, Scriptbane is he does this for you because, well, because he cares deeply and personally for all of you.
Die in flames.
I'm gonna die in flames, guys. Thought you might want to know. Yep, already used my, there we go. Knocked down twice, despite having just used my stand your ground. Don't know exactly how the fuck that works.
Refreshing.
Here we go. Stand your ground again, so hopefully. Now, there was a time where, for me, facing off against 2 veteran mobs at the same time was an absolute death sentence. I'm a better player now.
That'll do.
But I guarantee you there's still a good
Skulls
chunk of the
sing
player
about
base
skin.
where standing off against 2 veterans at the same time is absolutely a death sentence. I know there are a lot of people who talk about content in the game being too easy, and I think that is a defensible argument for some of the content, maybe even most of the content, but I think the storyline stuff's got to be easy. Also, I will note that the constant, never-ending trash mobs here,
Everyone pick up a
also
weapon.
not fun.
Are you okay?
Not providing any sort of interesting challenge, just kill a lot of mobs. And it's just not inherently
Not now.
fun.
You and your friends just need to get us out.
Let's go.
Okay.
I feel strong.
A fight.
Stand your ground.
Whoop, almost did it. Almost jumped right off the edge. So my apologies for complaining, but in my own defense, I will say that I did warn you that that was going to happen. Because there are certain instances of content in this game that I just hate. Actively, deeply hate. And wait till I get to the last fight in Living World Season 2 against that fucking dragon. Oh my god. Or this. Fine, I don't need that Orichalcum bad enough to fight that, because it's only going to be 1 anyway.
Let's do this. Stand your ground.
Find an escape route. Maybe we don't actually have
That's the
to
last of them. Now what?
fight the big
Now we
other
get the flock out of here.
boss I was thinking of.
Okay, everyone, we stick together. Do you hear me? You're the sheep, I'm the ram. Follow me.
How come you get to be the ram?
I've got the horns.
Well, Bram certainly doesn't have the horns, that's for sure. So my apologies again for being so vituperative about some of the content. It's just that it drives me fucking crazy.
I'll bury you!
Stand your ground.
That'll do. For now.
Okay, once again we've got steam. I'll just leave the rest of them to run. Hey, they get to run through the steam. How's that fair? I can turn up the steam from up here, so one... See, now that's proof positive that this is designed as multiplayer content, right? Because all the NPCs walk through the steam. I managed to get through the steam. Why would they give me the ability to turn off the steam? Except so that the rest of my teammates could make it through.
Now this is interesting.
I have discovered nothing. Just says discovered. No idea what I discovered. But hey, it's a discovery. Oh, no, this is the big fight coming up. Yeah, on the big circular thing.
I admit, I didn't expect this. When I tell my Tribune, he's gonna think I've been dipping into his brandy.
You don't have any of that on you, do you?
Sorry, Cub. This is not your lucky day.
Investigate the facility's core. Okay, so this is the one I thought it was. Yep, the big circular fighting area where we'll steel yourselves for more swearing. It's coming. Alright. Let's start with the bow. Let's rosin up the bow, so to speak. Like 2 armored suits, I think.
Oh, we're so dead.
Maybe it's just the one? Thought it was 2. There we go, it's 2. We've had Gigarg the Cruel.
We can handle them. Spread out.
Stand your feel my wrath.
I'll run around a little bit, you know, the way a guy has to sometimes.
Stand your ground. Feel my wrath.
I want one of them to have life. Of course, I'm almost dead. Pardon me. Kiting. Managed to jump over. Whoops. Kiting. Just another second. And heal me, Daddy. Sorry, that sounded weird even to me.
Stand your ground. You lose.
Alright, now start kiting again. One little healy.
Stand your ground.
Almost got him. Almost. Got him. I hope I'm not laying down there with my life ebbing away from me because I got downed. Nope, not quite.
I'll cover you. Go.
What?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that. Stand your ground. Pressure.
And there, knocked off. That was fun, getting knocked off. Knockbacks off the platform, that's a great mechanic.
Help.
That's the kind of utter and complete horseshit that just drives me crazy. Alright, you want to stand off there? I'll just pew-pew at you, and you can just pew-pew at me. And I'll be in Scotland afore ye.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Okay, that was nonsense. This fight is bullshit.
Stand your ground. Pressure. Stand your ground. Kill them all.
Had him. Dodged out at the last second. And got him. Fighting two bosses that clearly need to be separated without healer, ranged EDs. Crazy solo content for sure. At least NPCs are doing something. Yeah. It's just... Yeah, the fight is obviously very challenging, but I don't find it fun or even interesting. Which is kind of what you want from that. Go ahead and open it.
That looks valuable.
Not really valuable, no.
Okay, that wasn't so bad. Where's the next one? I'm ready.
Relax. We got them all. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I saw explosives over there while we were fighting.
Explosives?
Rust my britches.
So again, I am sorry about my attitude about content like this.
You all should
I
blow
know
this
it's
place up.
rotten
What about you?
and
I'll be
can't
over
be
there.
fun to listen to because it's no
Let's
fun
just
for
say
me.
Explosives and me.
So I apologize,
belong.
but it is going to happen from time to time because some of this content is just not fun. It's not the worst content, but solo, it's not. With a group, it might even be fun. Set the charges.
This door's locked. You're lucky I'm here. I picked locks on plenty of these dredge mechanisms back in my mining days.
Great. The rest of you, if you're not setting charges, go wait by rocks. Otherwise,
You see,
help me
the
place
rest
these
of you, if you're not
explosives
setting charges, I think I have to do this 3 times. Pick up charges, take them to the outflow. No, it looks like I do have multiple charges, so I don't have. But then why would you have multiple pickup points for it if it wasn't intended to be used by multiple players? You wouldn't. Speak to Bram and let him know the explosives. I said, do I have to speak to Bram? Really? Alright. If he says Kabram, though, I swear to God, I'm kicking him off the platform.
Hey,
Time to blow all this mess sky high. Have we got all the explosives? Have we got all the explosives set? Yes, Bram, I have got all the explosives set.
Got it. Not a moment too soon.
everyone out. I'll clear the path. Follow me.
You'll clear the path?
Trust me, we don't want to be here when it blows.
You blithering idiot. Good evening.
Place is coming down.
Well, it would be different if we were ever given the ability to curse him out to his face. That would be worthwhile talking to Bram about.
You can do it. Come
Ignore
on.
the pain. Move.
Okay, there's that. So you don't get that myth roll. I think that was it. It was like you were supposed to mine 20 mithril nodes or 20 nodes of some kind, and I missed one in the very beginning the first time I ran it. All right, 2 seconds. We're all standing here.
Is it supper time yet?
The Vigil thinks that was the last of the weapon caches. I have
Is
to
it
get these
supper
prisoners
time
back to
yet?
the Citadel.
I'm going straight back to Holbrook with these others. I feel good, but exhausted.
And hungry.
Yeah. So if you're ever near Cragstead, you better stop by.
If I come to Kragstead, it won't be to lounge around your hearth. It'll be to grab you for mission support.
I'll keep my mace handy.
You do that. I'll see you around, Cub.
Not if I see you first.
Haha. Thank you, Bram.
All done.
And exit. Oh, we got downed once, I think? Once or twice? We got killed once by the environmental thing that went off instantly. All right, another refugee child's drawing. That sounds a little bit sad. It is. We could save them, but no, they're 5,000 karma. 3 champion
That looks
bags.
valuable.
And 5 salvageable fused metal scraps. They're usually worth like 5 mithril or 3 orichalcum or something like that. Not that one. That one.
Threshold achieved.
We got a yellow molten core. We got 4 mithril, 4 more mithril, 5 mithril, and 5 more mithril. Which is good because I went through like 2,000 freaking mithril bars yesterday. After stream. No rest for me. From Bram. Wow. Again, he must be asking someone to write this for him, because I don't believe that he actually could spell that well. Carax's Scriptbane! I can't thank you enough for helping me avenge Kragstead. The Molten Alliance was foolish to push us, but that device, I'm glad we destroyed it. I'm on my way to Canute White Bear in Holbrook. I owe him nothing, but reporting what happened is the right thing to do. Besides, I heard from one of the prisoners that Otilia might be in Holbrook. Safe. I want to make sure she's okay. Rock sends her thanks too. She's taking captured Alliance members back to the Black Citadel stockades. I know we come from different worlds, but, well, actually, no, Rox and I come from the same world. We're both charmed. But Rox says that we were thrown together for a reason. Yeah, it's part of the story. She doesn't think this will be the last time we meet, and I hope she's right. Well, you're one of us. Maybe I'll see you in Holbrook. I owe you the largest glass of ale you can carry.
Kill them all.
55-gallon drum? I mean, I can at least tilt that up on its edge and roll it over, so a 55-gallon drum of ale sounds pretty good. Chilled. Oh, and Rock suggests you go to the Citadel to help her with the interrogations. Who knows what intel you might be able to collect. May Wolf guide your steps, my friend. Oh, Bram. Managed to kill 2 bosses solo? Cool. Here's your children's drawing. Excellent. Yes. We told the kids all about you, and one of them had crayons. Thought I was supposed to go to the Black Citadel. Why do I not have a green spot on the Black Citadel somewhere? Head to... No, head to Newt White Bears. All right, Knut. I can fly again. And Newt. Well, you know, sometimes you feel like a newt. Sometimes you don't. That's an old guy television commercial reference.
I thought you should know. They were almost all. By the time I got to Kragstead, a dozen of my friends.
I see. May the spirits guide them to peace.
If we'd stood together. But no. It's every hunter for himself, right?
It's not that simple.
Yes, it is.
What
Hi,
are you
Garm.
going to do now?
You care? I'm gonna rebuild Kragstead with whoever's left of my friends.
The smart choice is to regroup and finish the fight later. Whatever you do, may the spirits keep you safe. He has bear's backbone and raven's wit.
Raven's wit?
He got those from his father. I just wish he didn't also have Wolf's heart.
I mean, he may have bear's backbone, but he has gravel's wit. He has the brains of a handful of gravel. Cold gravel. Hi, Air. How you doing? You're looking good. You lost weight. Changed your hair. Bram fights well. No doubt. I wish I could have fought beside him, but I couldn't leave Holbrack to fend for itself. Yes, with all of the rest of the Norns here, you couldn't leave it to fend for itself. Tried to convince Bram to stay too. He'll probably never forgive you. So it's true. Bram is your son. It's true. I was young and eager to prove myself. He's lived with his father all these years. Borgia, that foolish man. We agreed it was the best thing for him, for Bram. I'm glad I ran into you, blah, blah, blah. You needed back in Kragstead? Not yet, but soon, blah, blah, blah. And so much for Bram. For now. Chicken Brain. Hey, come on, man. You know, they say a chicken can function with its head cut off. You think Bram can? Let's find out. Seems like a worthwhile experiment to me. What is that thing glowing? Undiscovered POI. That's upstairs. Alright, back to the Black Citadel. I'm going the wrong way. Why am I going? Why was it? That thing had a U-turn in it. Oh, that's right. We were going to interrogate them, so that's the prison. The prison is a right turn. Eek, there we go. Interrogations. Hot pokers? Cold pokers? Seneca. We've dealt with Seneca in the past. Hi, Seneca. Scorch me. I haven't seen this place so full since I can't remember. What's going to happen to them? They'll stay here until the Imperator is done interrogating them. Pardon me, yawn. And then he'll judge and sentence them. Chances are they'll be sent to the Blood Citadel where they'll be properly punished. That's not really an answer as to what's going to happen to them. Curious, I was under the impression that Bram will just antagonize Knud and something fuck spirits, my friends died, will now be Avenger Vigilante type. No, he hasn't the spine for it. Certainly not yet. Later on, he makes a big decision in the Icebrood Saga, leading to Dragonstorm, and basically walks away unharmed. They had so many chances to turn him into a character who doesn't suck, and they just refused to do it. Have they explained why they did it? They felt more powerful in the Alliance than alone. They obviously want to take territory. Who knows how far they'll go? I'm glad we can rely on folks like you to stop them. What will happen to all their weapons? We're salvaging what we can when a factory is destroyed. Takes the weapons caches with them. No Iron Legion soldier worth his salt would pass up a chance to study the molten arms, though. Alright, we've got Hastur. Oh no, I just said his name. Hastur is the one whose name cannot be spoken. Speaking his name summons him. He's one of the great old ones, like Cthulhu or Azathoth. And I went and said Hastur. Well, I've enjoyed my time streaming. He's due to show up any minute now, so if suddenly you find sort of a ghostly, translucent figure behind me, and this horrible, vastly over-toothed maw appears up here with some tentacles dangling down, and descends over my head and then bites it off, I said the name. We have Scapegoat, Vic's Scapegoat. Wow. I wonder, was he always named Scapegoat? And is this nominative determinism, where your name determines your future? And veteran dredge prisoner. Doesn't matter what you do to me. We dredge will not be ignored. Success was in our grasp, if only the Flame Legion weren't as thick as bedrock. Thick? What do you mean? Too thick to learn new tricks. We tried, but they're trapped in the past. All they know is fury. Give them anything sensitive to handle, like dredge machinery, and they crumple under the pressure. So why did you ally with them? Volva told us it was safe, that it was a good idea. Why the Flame Legion? They control the lava, the beautiful lava that flows through our caves. We used it to power our hybrid machinery. Those weapons are gone now. Loser.
Chose a new pet?
It chose me.
Well, it suits you. Train it well.
I will. I was wondering, Tribune, when...
Don't push it.
When will you know if you're qualified to join my warband? When I'm damn good and ready, Gladium. And not before.
Yes, Tribune. Sorry, Tribune.
Yes, Tribune. Bonk. Diesa Plateau has been secured. Solid work, cracks says Scritbane. My Ritlock impersonation isn't good. If I could, fire off a voice like Ritlock's, man. The Molten Alliance forces have scattered and retreated. They're unlikely to bother us again. The only thing worth considering now is why the cowards joined forces in the first place. I plan to review the issue. You, on the other hand, have earned yourself a sabbatical. At the victory bonfires, use the time wisely. Things get awfully eventful fast these days. Thanks, Ritlock. You're dreamy. Actually, Traherne is the dreamy one, Rocks.
Hi there.
Didn't expect to see you. Good to see a friendly face. You've gotten them to talk a little. Been spending more time keeping them from killing each other. Both blame the other for their defeat. Any camaraderie the Molten Alliance has is gone. You're welcome to give it a shot. What you up to now? Blah, blah, blah. So you've decided to adopt that little devourer. More like he adopted me. How's the warband bid going? So far, so good. Call on me if you need help. Absolutely. Such such big cat eyes. Yes. I'm not sure if they all do. All the females? I don't think. Well, especially compared to me, where my eyes are actually, if they exist at all, they're invisible. I like to think he has no eyes. And he's like Zatoichi kicking ass, although he's blind. Zatoichi, old guy Japanese movie reference. No, we already talked to her. We want to talk to them. Those dredge better be ready for Gaharan's fires. They're going to burn for this. Bumbling pinheads. It's not turning out like you wanted? You might say we overestimated the dredge ability to pull their heads out of their holes. All they want is to dig deeper when the territory worth grabbing is on the surface. What made you do it? Sounded like a good idea at the time. Mine the dredge for all their secrets, use them to take territory, then put them in their place. See? It was a Flame Legion. I warned them. I warned all of them. Those good-for-nothing occultists. Easy to blame someone else for your misjudgments, isn't it? Hey, that's a little bit judgmental on my part. We don't know it was his decision. Misjudgments? Perhaps. We thought we could work on common ground. Merge our technologies. We'd never have to worry about being conquered again. We believed them. Them? I've already said too much. If I were you, I'd direct my questions at the Char. They're far more guilty than we were. Shame on you. Let's see, I can cooperate and things will go better. You blew it after your plan failed. Shame on you because I actually chose dignity as my character bent as opposed to charisma. or ferocity. Shame on me. Shame on my leaders. They let themselves be seduced by power. We were fine until we got greedy. Evil trickster. Evil. Well, he's just conked out. Alright, out we go. If you're blind, could you be blinded? Or Skitterbane is secretly a communist? No, no, no. No, not a communist. Carnivore. Yeah, carnivore. Celebrate victory with my new friends. I have to. Where are we off to? It's in Holbrack. No, I have my my headcanon for how he got the name Skritbane and everything. He was the smallest cub in the Farrar. And the other ones teased him that he wasn't capable of killing a Skrit. And then one day, the Skrit had a raid on the Farrar looking for supplies and machinery and stuff they could steal. And while all the rest of the cubs panicked and ran around, he picked up a stick and whacked one of them over the head, killing it. At which point they started calling him Skritbane for real. And at that point, he started providing protection for the smaller cubs in the Farrar. Hence, he became a guardian. And scene. Okay, the green star was here. Why is it over there now? It is Skritbane.
Good hunting.
Ahava Greywolf.
You are a welcome guest.
Spirits be praised that it's finished, though I have to say it's still hard to celebrate when I know what heartbreak and hardship the refugees went through. Maybe now they can start over. What are they doing now? The Consortium camp in South Sun Cove. There's an entire part of the storyline for Living World Season 1 as it originally existed that took you to South Sun Cove for the first time. That it was part of Living World Season 1. And that's the part that they haven't really brought back. Others, though, are talking about following some kid named Bram back to rebuild a village. Kids got a way about him. Inspiring. Not really. Infuriating? Is that what you meant? I think you misspelled infuriating. Rocks. Commander, good to see you. Blah, blah, blah. Hopefully the quiet lasts. Word is that the Molten Alliance is scattered. Meant to ask in the mind about the explosives. Oh, yeah, I'm not ready to talk about it. Not yet. Fine, whatever. Commander, I'm glad you could make it. Sit, please. Grab an ale and we'll savor a moment of reprieve. I'm glad to see you in high spirits. High enough spirits. He gets really, really drunk in Iceberg Saga. Really, really drunk. And it has story implications. The loss of life at Kragstead, well, at least we can celebrate our victory against the Molten Alliance. The Vigil's keeping an eye out for any more weapon facilities. And the fire. This bonfire represents our victory over the Molten Alliance. A satisfying chorus of snaps and crackles fills the air. Though there's something bittersweet about the smell. I'll warm myself. I have warmed myself. Oh, look, 3 children's drawings. I could put these up on the fridge, or 15,000 karma. View in the journal, Flame and Frost. Okay, we just finished that one. Sky Pirates. Note, there are 5 chapters. We've just finished the first chapter of Living World Season 1. The 4th one is going to be brutal, as it requires you to go to the Tower of Nightmares and finish it off. And that's not soloable, unless you're a God tier gamer. I'm not God tier. I'm not even demi, semi, or hemi-God tier. Now, you can look for LFG groups that are doing it, and I'll have to do that. But that's one that may actually have to get done off stream.
Yeah, that's why what I said is true.
Sky Pirates. Council threat. You may not know... Oh, it's E. I believe I mentioned E the other day. You may not know me, but I know you. I'm calling upon you because you're capable in the face of danger. If you consider yourself a force for good in this world, then I implore you to attend the Dragon Bash effigy ceremony in Lion's Arch. I've heard whispers about a threat to the ship's council, and, if left unchecked, to the city itself. I'd intervene myself, but circumstances prevent it. I'd wish you luck, but luck is what fools and idiots require to stay alive. Bram! You, I believe, are neither. I will surely contact you again. E. We still don't know who E is. A lot of people have had discussions about it. The semi-joke, semi-serious answer from a lot of people is that it's Lord Farron. And this is about fractals. This is the announcement that went out when fractals were added to the game. Let me hit...
Name another being that could absorb and filter all rogue magic in the world. You can't. Theoretically,
I will sell 4 globs of globby goo
from the inside out.
and 9 chunks of
Does your
pure
jaw ever get tired from flapping all the time?
I wonder what they feel when they do it.
Whatever happened to the good old days?
Off to Lion's Arch.
Falling apart. When dragons
Off to almost Lion's Arch. I think this takes place in Old Lion's Arch, doesn't it? Yeah, it must. For those who are new to the game, spoiler! At the end, I mean, you might wonder why I would tell you something if it's a spoiler. The reason, actually, I'm not sure that I'm going to get... I should get prompted. I know not so many characters, so I can't speculate about the mysterious E. Yeah, we really don't know. It's actually, I'm fine with us not knowing. Memorials on the pyre? We haven't seen that yet in the story. Is Ceremony and Acrimony not the one I'm supposed to be doing? It is. So this is Old Lion's Arch. And you may wonder what happened to Lion's Arch if you've seen New Lion's Arch, because it doesn't look anything like this. You know, the entire architecture isn't boat-inspired or made out of boats or parts of boats. And you may wonder what happened. Well, if there's a new Lion's Arch and an Old Lion's Arch, what would be your guess as to what happened to Old Lion's Arch? Spoiler, destroyed. At the end of Living World Season 1.
Captains and crews, and visitors too, welcome to the first annual Dragon Bash.
Original Lion's Arch was
Everyone
awesome,
having a good
cool,
time?
interesting. New Lion's Arch is boring,
It's time to light the
sanitary,
effigies and turn this Dragon Bash into a
and
dragon
boring.
burn. But first, let me introduce the other ship's council
That's the
members
giant
who
drill
are
in the
joining
sea.
us today.
Part of it.
Please give a hearty hi-ho to the finest captain on the council, Captain Anne Reed. And when I say fine, I do mean fine.
Sexist pig. Sorry.
Next on the docket is the captain of the Sprocket, Captain Talk, one of the most impressive Asura ever to sail the seas.
If you like my sprocket, Magnus, you should see my new rocket.
That's dirty.
Whatever. And last but not least, it's Captain Theo Ashford of the Oscalonian Ashfords. A more effective family of cutthroats never lived.
Ah, you're too kind, Magnus. I'll have to work extra hard to live up to your praise.
You'd better, you salty old dog. The ship's council will also like to welcome the cultural representatives joining us.
Pardon the yawn.
today.
Old
They're
man.
all secretly wondering if we brought them up here to sacrifice them. No, of course we didn't. Let's give our brave visitors a hand. They've brought memorials for their kin.
Okay, we have
who were
Vork,
killed by dragons.
Moralu,
Hands on deck. Toss the
Kasparak,
memorials on the pyre.
Garrett,
Let's light the horizon with
Ambercowl,
the
and Astora.
Begin the burning.
Kira Timberhome, Farley Wallen, Trembling Song, and I ran out of time.
That's right. Toss your memorials right on the effigy. Everybody, let's remember all those we've had taken from us. Nicely done, friends. Nicely done. All right, light 'em up. Light 'em up.
Guess those are supposed to be effigies of Zaitan? Because this was part of the original
Light
Dragon
up.
Bash.
Great spirits.
I don't think they were supposed to be all
Everyone
electrocuted.
stay calm. The Lion Guard are here. You there. Get to the counselors and protect them. You, get up to the stage and form a perimeter around
You
the
won't even
counselors.
let me in. You've
Lion
got
Guard,
invisible walls
go
up,
get
you
that Doliac
idiot.
And bring it to the front.
Ellen?
They're injured, and we need to get the counselors to safety.
How am I supposed to protect them?
See if you can help the Char cultural rep. He's injured and not moving.
I'll do what I can.
Stay alert, everyone.
Ah,
Prelude.
she'll do what she can. I recognize
Someone
that
seriously
voice.
injured. Where's that Doliac? You, and Mists. All of you. Go with that Doliac. Make sure the injured counselors get to the fort.
Wow. I gotta say, their ambulance technology kind of sucks for people with, teleportation abilities. Are we coming? You going? Anybody? Okay. All right, we'll stick with the Doliac. I mean, it doesn't even have a siren on its head. Air? While you are entirely correct,
Kill shot.
there are story exigencies that make it impossible. Air Stagalkin. You notice there's a reason she doesn't go by the name Air Bramsmom. Just pointing that out.
Stand your ground.
Aren't you dead yet?
Buster.
Befoul this locale no more.
I agree with her. Befoul this locale no more. Now we get messages from E that in story beats and bits that have no sign of air anywhere.
You lose. Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
I believe there's some evidence that he is actually an Ascalonian. Not Ascalonian, a Crichton. So a human. But I'm not that sure on it. I haven't read up on the E Mr. Or if you like the mystery surrounding him. Just never stops with me, does it?
Back me up.
Zero tolerance.
Lots and lots of attackers.
Befoul this locale no more.
Attacker morale. Well, we just got to kill a bunch. How about we put an arrow in your giblets?
I feel
Strong. Killed him. You know, sometimes you just want to take a nice, cozy, slow approach to things and perforate them with arrows from a distance. But it's too slow, so sometimes you gotta leave that tactic behind and leap in and drop big spinning, rotating blades and the equivalent of an enormous firebomb. They're down about a third left. Much far in the story than I am. Obviously, just shot in the dark. I have no idea who these characters are, but I'm interested. Community mysteries are fun. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if, at all, if ArenaNet hasn't made up their minds, that they don't know who it is. You know, one of those we can always make up the answer later type deals. You know, some other character who we can later on decide we want to be E and then slowly dribble out hints. Well, here, let me res this guy because, I mean, he's looking a bit pale. Too sleepy, misclick all the time. Sorry for the awful English. Don't sweat it. Not even a little. Okay. I have cleared it all out. So, after finishing off my first piece of legendary armor last night, I'm quite close to my second. I need 430 odd pinches of stardust, which comes from one of the Secrets of the Obscure map, and one more of the Inner Naos masteries, or Gift of Inner Naos.
This was no accident.
And then I'll be
I'm
able to have a
opening an
second
official
piece.
Investigation into what just happened here. Thanks for your help.
That'll be 2,
I
not
think it's fair to
22
say
nor
you
4,
saved a
but
few lives
okay, just
today.
2.
Go enjoy
2.
what's left of Dragon Bash. There's nothing more to do here. I'll check in on the injured.
Doopy-dee-doopy-doop-doop. Dragonfish candies, deluxe gearbox, and a writ of Tyrian mastery. XP.
Pillage.
Pillage. Exit to Gendarn Fields. Gendarn Fields forever. Read the letter. Oh, we got another letter from me. Seek out Marjorie Delacroix. The situation has worsened. One of the Lion Arch counselors, Theo Ashford, has succumbed to his wounds. The Lion Guard is keeping the news quiet while the festival continues, but they're overwhelmed, trying to maintain security in the city. At this very moment, a killer walks free, and this cannot be allowed. Go to Divinity's Reach, to the Eastern Commons. There, in a back alley bar called the Dead End, you'll find one of the best investigative minds in Tyria, Marjorie Delacroix. She'll need your help to find those behind the counselor's death. Tell her E sent you. Work with her. Sift through the clues and solve the crime. I will surely contact you again. He is secretive, isn't he?
Let's hear it.
What do we have event-wise going on over here? Yeah, Awakened. These things are always good XP. These are level scaled. They are an endgame mob, but they have been level scaled down. It's just me. I think. Might be another player there. I forgot to turn that on last night. Yeah, there are a couple players here. Last night I was in a 50-person convergence. And too many names don't spoil the broth, but they do make the screen unreadable.
I was chosen.
Get any? Yeah, we did get a champion this time.
Stand your ground. My leg.
Champion dead. We deaded him. We will salvage.
Power flow at 30%. Rerouting.
Salvage that. We also got a Palawan phylactery, which sounds vaguely dirty. What it actually is one of the boxes, one or more of the boxes. These are just at cap, you start getting unidentified blue, green, and yellow items. The best way to deal with these, pardon me, is to either open them and salvage them, or to sell them. Do not salvage them as boxes, which you can do. That's the least effective way of going about it. So either sell them or open and then salvage. Because a blue box doesn't always give blue items. It can give green, yellow, or even exotics. And therefore the value is either in selling it or opening it and then salvaging it. A copper-fed salvage-o-matic is a good bargain quality of life item to pick up from the store, especially if you can ever find it on sale. Finally, you can understand what's going on in the screen. I saw a Reaper and a Virtuoso. Well, yeah, the Verts are very popular right now. Oh, another phylactery.
That looks valuable.
Condition damage Vert is very, very strong right now. Very strong right now. All right, it was to the Dead End Bar in Divinity's Reach. Or as I like to call it when no one's paying close attention, Divinity's Reach Around. There it is. Yes, the learning curve for stuff like recognizing different classes and different specs is pretty high. Awakened Invasion. That's what I just dealt with. The Dead End Bar.
Morning.
Hi there.
There's there we are. Enter Hard Boiled. Actually, this is it's kind of amusing, but it's also a bit cliche as they fall back on detective noir genre movies. Black and white, even.
Could have been just another dreary night in the same old smoky bar, with that siren song lulling drunks and lonely hearts deeper into their sorrows.
I drink to that.
It could have been. But then,
of course, I'll drink to most
he
anything.
Walked in. Logan Thackeray.
Oh, God.
The man with all the answers. Well, some of the answers.
Logan Thackeray is vanilla ice cream.
Marjorie Delacroix?
Without the vanilla.
It suits me just fine. I want to hire you. There's been a murder. Lion's Arch counselor Theo Ashford is dead. And I want to know who's responsible.
Sounds like a job for the Lion Guard. What's got you peaked?
Between you and me, Ashford's an old friend of the family. I want to make sure they find his killer.
I see. And you don't trust the Lion Guard?
Let's just say I'm hedging my bets. The pay's good. You in?
How can I say no to Captain Lowe?
No names.
Arthas looking.
Maybe not. But
He doesn't have the glowy eyes.
I'm in.
I'm a sucker for a guy with glowy eyes.
What are you doing in a place like this? Good to see you.
Not really.
Excuse me, Jory. What did Logan Thackeray want?
Justice, I guess. And he paid in advance.
Where are you going this time?
Lion's Arch. Come along if you like. I could use your special talents. Besides, Dragon Bash is in full swing.
And it is.
Thank you. That's so kind.
The annual festival's still going till
I believe I shall.
9 a.m. Pacific on Tuesday, I think. You're showing an unnatural and unhealthy interest in my business. Is there something I can do for you? E sent me to help. Is that so? I shouldn't be surprised. This isn't the first time he's provided what I needed before I even knew I needed it. Name's Caraxus Scriptbane. Marjorie Delacroix. Looks like we're going to Lion's Arch, Caraxus Scriptbane. Got any outstanding warrants there? Not that I'm aware of. You? Not yet. Tell you what. Introduce yourself to my friend over there, the blonde. I have to go pack my anti-pirate spray. Meet you in Lion's Arch. Look for me at the scene of the crime. You bet. Hi, Kaz. Hello. You're there to assist with an investigation of the murder in Lion's Arch? That's right. Name's Caraxus Scriptbane, my lady. Pleased to meet you, by all means. Call me Casimir. However, did you know to come here? E sent me. Ah, the mysterious Mr. E. Isn't that redundant? Mistress Mystery? Mysterious Mystery? Well, your assistance will be more than welcome, I'm sure. See you in Lion's Arch. And the bartender. I didn't really want to sit down, but okay. Greetings, stranger. Welcome to the Dead End. Don't mind the smell. Just had a regular stop by. Got in a fight with his wife. Couldn't hold his liquor. Place is clean, I promise. What is this place? Only the finest and most secret dining establishment in Kryta. We've never had a customer leave unhappy, and we never will. Come back anytime.
This next riff is my favorite.
Huh. Door's locked. Out to Divinity's Reach. Logan Thackeray. Hey, Commander, what have you overheard in the bar? Your secret is safe with me. Thanks. I know I shouldn't get involved. The Lion Guard are handling it, but I can't just stand around and do nothing. Counselor Ashford was a friend. He had a family. We'll figure out who did this. Hang in there, Logan. Or wait, can we hang Logan? Because that would be an even better option. Back to L.A., I assume? English word puzzles sometimes killing you. Well, yeah, that one in particular. There is actually there is a hero, a character in the DC comic book universe who goes by the name of Mr. E, using that exact same joke. And I'm sure that joke or wordplay goes back a lot further than that. Hard-boiled. One of the advantages English has is because it has so many words. There are more words in the English language than any other language in the world. Something like 600,000 of them. Granted, a lot of them are stolen, borrowed words or compound words or weird words because English is such a collection of different languages smooshed together, boiled until it looks uniform, but it still has chunks in it. So wordplay is easier in English than in a lot of languages simply because we have so many options. But yes, wordplay and common American English idiom can be extremely obscure.
You look like you're in charge.
You're smarter than you look.
So my mama always said. But I'm not here for witty banter, satisfying as that might be. I'm a private investigator from Divinity's
She's
Reach,
really doing the Sam
and I want to
Spade
offer
thing,
you
which
my
is a
services.
What could
hard-boiled
you possibly
detective.
offer that the Lion Guard doesn't already have covered?
That's a loaded question. Let me tell you about my Tassie box. I bought it off a snotty little Asur.
Is there any
It
other
can detect
kind?
all manner of energy fluctuations. May I demonstrate?
Now you've got me curious. Of course, curiosity killed the cat. But go on. Show me.
Just press those buttons. And
A
see what
snotty
glows.
little Asura.
What does that glow mean?
It means the dead Char recently came in contact with the arcane residue. And not while his life was passing before his eyes.
No kidding.
Not even if you ask nicely.
The dialogue's trying a little bit too hard for the noir detective. My instincts haven't failed me yet. Bringing the Tassie boxes is exactly the right thing to do. Will you help me? What do you need me to do? Take one of the Tassie boxes and test people. I've already tested you, so you've been cleared. I'll take a Tassie box. Got it. Thanks. Well, I certainly wouldn't want to, you know, cheat and... Lottie, Saraki, Azuri, Harley Wallen. All right. We'll start with the frog.
What do you need?
Oh, I think I actually have to drop the damn thing on him. I can't. There we go.
You must be kidding.
Don't fret. You'll come to no harm unless you had a hand in what happened.
She did. She is the guilty one.
All right, lady. You better start talking.
Are you accusing me?
Yes.
Wait. Could she have gotten it from the dead Char that glowed? She attempted to revive him.
The detective would know that too. If she paid better attention to her crime scene.
Oh, disappointment. Well, you're one lucky little pirate, you are. Consider yourself exonerated.
She's not. That's her. She's the guilty party.
Excuse the interruption, Investigator Keel, but I have news. 5 of the cultural representatives.
At least they didn't cover the city with rain and smooth jazz.
Track them down. Ms.
Blues
Delacroix,
bad
I'll contact
didn't
you
show
and
up
your
near the crime
associates when we
scene.
have
Yep.
something to investigate. Thanks for everything.
Let's see. Yeah, sort of you got it right there with the jazz and blues. I'm trying to find exactly the right vibe. Slow, mournful, maybe a saxophone I think would be the way to go. We know that the Char representative was probably involved, but we wonder if he had accomplices. Doesn't seem like a one-assassin job. Agreed. We're still missing 5 of the cultural representatives over here at the time. They ran off before we could stop them. How can I help? Can ask around. Contact our mutual friend if I hear anything. Sounds good. Until then, get some rest. Citizen. Good thing that Inspector Keel remembered that she'd sent me to help the Char. That could have had a very different ending. You had a near miss. I'm sorry I wasn't able to save him. I am. Now they won't let me leave. They think I did it. You mentioned you have medical experience? I do. I'm my Trin. Not my first time trying to save someone from an injury like that. Not the first time either. I failed. Not my first time, not the first time. I failed either. Never gets any easier. Hang in there, bye. Murderess. She's the guilty one. Spoiler. See, isn't this a cooler looking place than New Lion's Arch? Yeah. Read the letter from Marjorie Delacroix. Wow, she's verbose. The Lion Guard have leads on 3 of the 5 missing suspects. I'd love to get lost in this mystery, but I'm needed in Lion's Arch. We only just met, but I need someone who can travel to interrogate the suspects, and you've proven critical in this investigation. Casimir is wrapped up with paperwork back at the bar. Do what you can to convince the suspects to return to Lion's Arch, and take good notes. They say anything interesting? Here's the intel we got on the locations. We discovered footprints from the ogre suspect, Vork, leaving the crime scene in Lion's Arch. Follow them. Reports indicate that Moralu, the Quaggan suspect, is in Bloodtide Coast in the Sorrowful Sound. Find him. The Skrit suspect, Kasparak, was sighted in Gendaran Fields near the Almuten estate. Almuten? That. Estates. I'll continue the investigation into the whereabouts of the last 2 suspects. Be wary. Trust your instincts and stay alive. In other words, it's, I can get downed, but don't die. All right, got it. Well, the Skrit is just over here somewhere. Let's look for him. Never trust a Skrit. It says Caraxes Skritbane. This is the Skrit we're looking for. Looking for the Skrit. Skirting around the outside, that is my way. We've got some spooters. I see a green star. That might be a subtle indicator. Or perhaps a not so subtle indicator. Hi, Casper. What? You aren't shiny? You smell like sea. Good smell, though. Shiny Man gave me shiny for big party. Said they gave other Skrit a long vacation. That was nice. I need you to return to Lion's Arch for questioning. The Lion's Arch? No, big nose. Screaming, very scary. Didn't know what to do. Felt guilty for running. We'll stay out here. Stay safe, yes. Stay here. You'll be fine. You're innocent, right? What? Yes, innocent is innocent. Okay, back to Lion's Arch, okay. Another episode of Magnifying Lens, Skrit Intelligence Test Theater. Next one. Hard-boiled. By the Vigil Keep. Oh. Teleporting. Where would it be teleporting me to? Bloodtide Coast. What? And this would be for the Quaggan, I think. So, this means we bust out the skimmer. We've got Green Star. Hi, Moraloo. Please don't hurt Quaggin or Quaggin's tadpoles. Quaggin just did what Quaggin was told. They threatened Quaggin's nursery. Quaggin had to carry the offering to the effigy. Who is they? And what did they do to your offering? Quaggin didn't recognize them, and it was dark. They did something to Quaggin's offering. It was fast. Quaggin didn't think. Fool. At least the tadpoles are safe, the little ones. If we let evil rule us, we all lose. You are right. Quaggin is wrong. Okay, Quaggin will come to Lion's Arch to testify. And this has been our first episode of Magnifying Lens. Quaggin Theater. Track down the Ogre Vorkin in Lion's Arch proper. Well, we'll just teleport.
Wahoo!
I don't understand why I sometimes wahoo. It seems to happen when I'm mounting up on a mount of some sort. I don't know if a similar vocalization occurs on any of the other classes. I'm going to bet he's not actually in the water, so we'll just head to the land portion of the he's around here somewhere space. Looking for Vork. We've got green star sign. I take it back. That might be reachable. Via the underwater. Maybe not. I thought there was a way into that general area. Through a tunnel down here somewhere. I don't remember where it might have been. Now this is probably old Lion's Arch. A Quaggin noir detective. No thanks. That's a little too weird even for me. Old Lion's Arch was destroyed. Ha 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 ha! When Zaitan rose. Zaitan brought the ruins of Ara back up, and that caused a huge tidal wave and destroyed the original old Lion's Arch. This is so the one we currently have in game is not the first or the second, but at least the third. Also, this guy is gambling. Globby purple stuff. ecto gambling. You can trade up to 250 globs of ecto, which I think is currently 100 gold's worth, and 100 gold. And you'll get some stuff back. In the long run, you'll lose, but you could get lucky in the short term and get a winner. But I'm not willing to burn 2 gold and 40 silver. Especially because I need ectos, because I think I'm down to like 3. I think I used all of mine. Again, making the stuff for the armor. Vork appears to be dead. Upon closer inspection, this corpse matches the description of the missing Dragon Bash Ogre representative. Search the area for clues with a Tassie box. Tassie box detects anomalous arcane materials on the corpse. Log materials as evidence. Bonk. Inspector Keel and her Lion Guard have tracked down the last 2 suspects. As with the previous 3, I leave it to you to handle the questioning. Here are the leads. The Kodan suspect, Trembling Song, has been spotted in Snowden Drifts at the Lost Child Sorrow Camp. Unsubstantiated rumors place our Sylvari suspect, Astora, hiding out in Caledon Forest in the Rowan Woods. I've been examining clues already recovered. The Tassie box uncovered trace elements with magical properties. I'm not sure yet, but my guess is that these components formed a compound that turned the effigy into a death trap. I think our last 2 suspects hold the final pieces to this puzzle. Whatever you discover, return to the crime scene in Lion's Arch afterward so we can share our findings. Track down the Sylvari, Astora in the Caledon Forest. Well, I think the closest I've got is the one you start with. So I don't know about a Quaggan detective. We do have evidence, though, from the Halloween, where there is a young Quaggan who dresses up as a buccaneer and says, "Quaggan a pirate, yar." So, if you could have a pirate, I guess you could have a detective. We'll grab the waypoint. This is the starting map for Sylvari characters and is by far, and I mean by far, the worst of the starting maps. It has the most challenging, shall we say, map completion, in that it has the most complete number of points of interest and all the rest of the stuff, waypoints, hero points, etc. And also, I believe 4 of the rep hearts are underwater hearts, and underwater hearts, especially for new characters, they're dreadful. They're awful. And so this is one of the worst maps in the whole game. And it's definitely the worst of the starting maps. Yeah, a little XP. Ain't too proud. Which is why I seldom do key farms on this map. Also, I'm just generally not a fan of the Sylvari. Quite a ways to get to. POI. Now, at least I have the mount. Imagine how long this takes on foot, which was all we had when this content first came out. Oh, that's an invisible wall, methinks. For those who have played the game now only with mounts, things used to be very different indeed.
When I joined the Lion Guard, I never imagined they'd ship me off to the worst haven in Give me a hammer.
Looking for a green star. Imagine Quaggan-sized Columbo. Well, yeah, that means the He'd have to have a bad eye. Peter Falk lost his eye as a kid, and so he had a glass eye, and that's why his eyes always looked a little weird. Yeah, he was a detective. I once saw Peter Falk in a play. Glengarry Glen Ross. David Mamet's story, later made into a movie. Astora.
Seize the moment.
You're not here to kill me, that's obvious, and you're not a lion guard. You found me all the way out here, so you're good at what you do. Tell me, who are you? I need you to come to Lion's Arch for questioning. I didn't kill anyone, and I'm not setting one manicured toe back in the city without good reason. I was set up. What are you talking about? They posed quite the argument on that stage, or face the police. They posed quite the argument. Be on that stage or face the police. I used my wiles to get their representative spot. Then they gave me a trinket. I didn't have a choice. I can't go back there. Lion's Arch needs you. Stand up for justice and return to give your testimony. By the mother, you're serious. Doing the right thing will leave you alone, poor and dead. But all right, I'll come back. If you've seen the movie, Glengarry Glen Ross, Falk played the character that was played by Jack Lemmon in the movie. And lastly, where are we going? Again, it was Snowden Drifts. David, sorry, not David Mamet. Oh my God, what's his name? Now I can't remember. Joseph Montaigne played the role that was played by Al Pacino in the movie when I saw the play. Many years ago. Loved Columbo as a kid. Show has a hilarious dub in Russian. A-Team was already great. Was also great. Certainly I can see the A-Team being great as a kid. And I watched a lot of Columbo too. I liked that there were a number of sort of detective series in that era. There was a show called Banachek, which I really liked, where it was presented as a mystery, whereas Columbo, they always basically showed you how the crime got committed. In Banachek, they showed the crime being committed at the start, but you had no idea how it was committed. And it spent, 55 minutes of the hour or whatever, setting it up for him to explain it to you. And you could sort of sometimes get lucky and figure out in advance what the actual solution was. So it actually was a mystery that you could solve as you watched it. There was a similar show, Ellery Queen Mysteries, had the same sort of idea behind it. Where we're going to give you clues and stuff, and then at the end we'll have, the detective solve the case. But while we're working on it, maybe you can come up with some ideas on your own. And it is Trembling Song. Are you Coda's judgment come at last? I'm ready to surrender my blood and spirit to you. We need to hear your side of the story. My shame is my shadow. I caused a death by breaking a vow. Now I must give up my own life to pay for it, either by my hand or by Coda's will. Let me be your judge. Tell me your tale. I was chosen by my brethren to take a long walk from Frostgorge Sound to Lion's Arch to be part of the ceremony. What's wrong about that? I passed a camp where friendly folk beckoned me to warm myself by their campfire. I should not have given in to temptation. Go on. While I slept by the fire, they must have tampered with my race's offering for the effigy burning. If I hadn't stopped, I would have had no part in the death and destruction. I believe you. Come plead your case. It would seem that Coda has sent you. I hear your words, and I will abide them. I will meet you in Lion's Arch. Safe travels. Back to Lion's Arch from Gendarn Fields, right. And I'm going to call it here for the evening. I want to thank every one of you for hanging out with me. As always, I appreciate it very much. I should be back tomorrow at my usual time. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, early morning in Australia and Asia. We will be continuing on with more of Living World Season 1. No More Secrets, as we continue to look into the deaths of several of the people at the celebration. Ooh, I wonder who did it. I already told you who did it. But that's my plan. Wipe away everything I just said, except the part about being grateful you guys are all here. That part is true. Tomorrow is Friday. See, I have a keen grip or grasp on the days of the week. And on this Friday, a new MMO is releasing. And I believe it's starting at 8 a.m. my time, so I won't be starting immediately when the servers come up. There is a new game. It is called Terrace Land, and it is launching tomorrow. It is made in China, and it is mostly a WoW clone. I don't expect a lot from it, but it's launching, and a new game launching is always of some interest to me, and I'd rather play it than watch somebody else play it. So my intent is, once I wake up and I go through my regular morning rituals, I'll boot up the game, and I'll start up the stream as soon as I get in. I hope if it's of interest to you, you'll be able to catch it. If not, I'm sure a lot of people will be streaming it tomorrow. A new MMO doesn't come around all that often. So that is Terrace Land tomorrow. If I had to guess, sometime between 10 a.m. and noon Pacific time. If I had to guess. So that would be 7 to 9 hours previous to this time. That wasn't helpful. So that would be 17 to 15 hours from now. That might be a little bit more helpful. But that's my plan for tomorrow. Glad I corrected myself. So, I'll be playing that tomorrow. And who knows? I might be playing that for a while. Even if I really like it and I play a lot, I will be coming back to finish this playthrough. I will not let any new games defeat me. It's not unlikely other stuff will be coming down the pipe that I'll want to be playing before I finish this up. This is a long-term project. I wouldn't expect to finish it maybe 3 months. There's a lot of content to go through. And a lot of other stuff I'll be playing. So, I'm back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great Thursday night. And remember, if you can get through Friday, it's weekend, baby. It's the weekend. So, have a great night tonight. Take care. And ciao for now. Good night, guys.